Waka waka guys, what is up? Doing
What
another
you
extra
doing,
butter.
everybody?
I ain't done my shit yet, fool. God damn.
Okay,
If
Joey.
you can't tell, I'm joined by Yankabilly again. He won't fucking leave. So I say, fuck it. Let's talk a little wrestling. What do you say, sir?
I won't fucking leave. Thanks a lot, Joey. You send an invite and then you say disparaging things against me. I am rather hurt right now, Joey.
Oh hell. Sana sana colita rana. That's Mexican for get over it. Anyways, as you can tell, it's late.
Hello,
We both
fuck
have our glasses on. We've
you. That's Fred Sanford for fuck you.
FRED capital G Sanford. And the G stands for gratuitous. What's up? You
Yes,
have seen both nights of WrestleMania 38, true or false?
true.
I have not. I was working all weekend. I didn't even get a chance to look at highlights. The only thing I saw from this whole WrestleMania week was the Steiner Brothers induction into the Hall of Fame.
Oh Jesus.
I can tell you right now the reason why I was a Steiner Brothers, the rest of the tag team fan, was because one, they were brothers. I, as a child, was a brother. I had a brother. And
Yeah.
Rick Steiner looks exactly like my cousin Junior. Always thought I was related to Rick Steiner for some fucking reason. But that was
Well, no.
that was the reason why I felt so close to the Steiner brothers. Did not know that they used to shove Sharpies up other wrestlers' butts and rib everybody and do all this crazy shit that you hear.
But that's when wrestling was fun, when you could do jokes and things like
There
that.
was no social media. Yeah, that you had nobody,
But not even social media.
taking
Things were
pictures
done
and
out of
snitching and shit.
right. Things were done out of being lighthearted, out of being fun. You can't do those things now.
All
Not
right.
that I'm saying shoving a sharpie up somebody's ass is fun. I'm just saying.
I'm hoping it was a smaller Sharpies and not those big ass magic markers that are like that thick.
Oh, I hope it was. I hope it fucking was.
All
But
right, all right.
nah. All right. With that speech, one, it was real short. The
Yeah,
Charmel
like you
speech.
said, it was compared to other people's speeches.
Charmel's speech was a few minutes longer. And as usual, Scott Steiner did not let down. He mispronounced several words on how he talks, but there was no Steiner math.
Which I'm sad that he didn't have any Steiner math. Or I was glad he said he asked Texas where the freaks were at. So that was pretty cool. I think
Everybody,
Rick had to come him down. I was like, hey, chill, take a chill out.
well, everybody was under the estimation that Steiner was just going to be Scott Steiner on a microphone, the wild, unpredictable, word mispronouncing,
Yep.
oaf, you
Yeah.
know, and he wasn't.
No.
Well, he did mispronounce a lot of things,
Well, yeah, I mean
but
he's older. I mean
right. Well,
it's
that's just how he talks in
understandable.
general. If you heard a lot of his
Yeah.
promos, that's
Oh
just
yeah.
what he does. But
All that
everybody
bleach in his
just
hair.
thought he was going to be wild and unpredictable. No, he's not going to be. Why? Because his son is in WrestleMania. They're not going to jeopardize anything.
Nephew, but okay.
Yeah, yeah, nephew. It's not. They're not going to jeopardize anything by
Exactly.
having Scott act stupid.
I'm actually glad they did get in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
And
it's about time.
oh yeah,
It
I wish
really
Vader would have gotten in when he was alive. But
Vader
I
should
mean,
have been in a long
a
time
long
ago,
time
but
ago.
they look at him WWF wise that he really didn't accomplish much. But
Yeah.
he did. He was the world champ, I believe.
In
Or
WWF,
something. No, that was WCW. That's right.
WCW, yeah.
But still, he won WCW. See, a lot of his accolades happened out of the United States, in Japan, other territories. He was in the AWA, then got fame in Japan,
Yeah.
WCW. So most of his fame, as far as belts are confirmed, is WCW. That match he had with Sting was fucking great, in my view.
Yeah, that Super Bowl 3.
Right.
That's
Now, if you
that's
want,
as a child, that's all I can remember was his feud with Sting because and it came out, I think Super Bowl 90, it was 93, right around January, February around time period. And so yeah, that stuck to me as a kid growing up. Uh, but nonetheless, I'm gonna throw a few matches from night one. You give me your take on them, some incidents that
What about the
happened.
rest of the Hall of Fame?
I ain't got all fucking night. There's 2 nights. That's
No, I
3.
know. No, it's just to hear me out. You can't just mention the Hall of Fame and then stop at the Steiners.
Well, I'm going to. So
Queen Charmel's was long. I'm not going to get into that, but it was a very good speech. Shad Gaspard's touching. Undertaker, long, and a TED talk is what it was like. If you know what TED talks are on YouTube, it was a huge
I don't
lecturing
like
of
Teds.
life. You don't like what?
I don't like Teds. Anybody named Ted? I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't like
they
Ted.
call it TED talks. What
Ted
it is,
Cruz, Ted the Teddy Bear. I'm sorry.
it's a huge lecture of
And I'm
life.
fucking with you.
Oh, well, anyway, he
I'm
did a
fucking
TED.
with you because I want to get to the WrestleMania matches that I have in mind because
I'm
I'm
pretty
strapped for
much done.
time,
Just
and you
I'm
want
pretty much done by
you
saying
want
it
to
was
cradle Charmel's beautiful ebony ivory testicle.
dude. I got past Charmel. I just said it was a long speech. You're bringing that up. I would have been done if you didn't interrupt me, because all I was going to say was apparently there's a lot of people that took to Twitter and are upset because certain people weren't named. That's all.
Who? Okay, now you done fucked up and you piqued my interest. Who?
No, I'm not going to
Who
say
did?
because we have 2 nights of WrestleMania we have to discuss.
That's it, guys. Good night. You motherfucker.
Hey, geese to gots.
I say you piqued my interest, and I want to know. I'm fucking curious, and you done shut the door on it. Well, fucking A. Night one WrestleMania.
But okay, Noelle Foley.
No, night one. Come on. Night one. Let's go.
Hot as she fucking is,
Logan Paul and
that you don't even mention my father.
oh fucking A. So Noel got Foley got inducted.
No. See, again, what I said was Noelle Foley took to Twitter and apparently was a little upset that Undertaker did not mention her father, Mick Foley, as far as people he was accrediting.
Well, the bitch is
helping.
fucking a clown. So I mean, is there really anybody give a fuck what Noel
But
thinks?
she's a hot, I know, but she's a hot looking clown. Dewey is the
No.
one that's a Dewey.
She's not the clown. She's fucking the clown. Frank the clown, or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know if there's still a thing, but
with
that
a body
mother.
like that, with the figure like that she has, she can fuck whatever she wants. Come
Why
on,
do
you tell you wouldn't look at her in Playboy?
Is she on Playboy? Let me go hit up Google real quick.
No, but if she was,
Well, then why are you fucking lying? God damn it!
well, go look at some of her pictures.
Yeah, she's a fine piece of ass, but who, like I said, who really gives a fuck when she thinks about she did pick my dad?
I'm just saying that she
Dewey still works there?
Yeah, and he put out something as well about wrestling and characters and all other shit. You will have to read it and decipher your own opinion on it.
I know I saw a TikTok, I guess, of Mick laughing at the way Vince took the stunner. Yeah, Dewey's on coffee duty for even.
Yeah,
Dewey's in the cross. Yeah, he's
Dewey is a fucking Dewey. That's all it is.
Oh hell!
People talk, you just hear Dewey.
Dewey.
That's what it is. Dewey.
All right. So since you want to talk about beautiful women and their Playboy appearances, Charlotte's Flair titty popped out. True or false?
False. Just her nipple.
Well, that's part of the titty, bro.
No, if you do see the clip, okay. The
Was her
way
asshole?
she was positioned when she did that figure 8 for the end of the match, the way she arches, her breasts really didn't move because they're being held tight, but they moved enough so that nipple could just peek out and go, "How you doing, peekaboo?" But you have to look.
Where are the nipples located?
On the tit?
Exactly. Titty popped out.
Listen, if you look at the clip, you'll know exactly what I'm referencing. And
I
here's
get
the
it.
funny part. You almost cannot tell unless you exactly freeze frame it and look real close because their skin tone, the skin of her skin almost matches the areola skin. It's like she had too much fake tan on. You almost can't tell. You
And
just really got to
she
look.
does like Latino boys. That's all I gotta say.
That has nothing to do with her fake tan.
Speak
Tan she
speaking of boobs, what is your take on the whole Ric Flair Mark Madden Twitter beef last week? They got overshadowed by Will Smith.
Yeah, well, that I've been listening to some of both sides, but Madden let it be known he's not going to really say the real thing that happened or what caused it. But apparently, Flair has not been himself lately, and they had an argument of some sorts because Madden said he's not going to result in cheap shotting on Flair, even though that's what supposedly Flair has been doing in messages. So it's they had a good dynamic going.
Yeah.
A lot of the feeling is that Flair just dropped him, said fuck you because he wanted to be with Conrad. Something about the podcast also not garnering attention is something I heard. Well, dude, you just fucking started out and you're putting it out on YouTube. You're not really promoting it as much as it should be, not on every platform, audio, video, certain avenues. So of course it's going to take time. But dude, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 videos within the first, views within the first several days is pretty fucking good. It takes time for views and things to accrue for
Yeah.
YouTube. It's nobody's fault, but both on
He
how
has
they
it in his
marketed it.
mind that it should be at a certain level, and it hasn't met that level in his eyes. And so he's just like, he's
Right.
already
And
done his podcast like 2 or 3 times with Conrad already. He had
yeah,
the Ric Flair show, then Woo Nation. But from what I can understand and what Conrad has put out is that Rick is kind of like, nah, I don't want to do it. Some from time to time or not. And
in other
Conrad's
words, he could be a baby because that's something
exactly.
I think that Mark was touching on. That Mark isn't going to coddle him, and that there's
Yeah.
been a couple of instances where Flair wanted to talk about one thing when Madden wanted to do another. So Madden says, okay, we'll talk about what you want. So what do you think about so and so?
Yeah.
And Flair had
Has no
no
clue.
idea, recollection, or
He want
anything of
yeah,
what was going
he wanted to talk about current wrestlers and current wrestling.
on.
He
Yeah,
brought up
Jay
a certain
White.
yeah. And he's like, who?
Exactly. Now, a lot of people aren't going to know Jay White unless they happen to watch anything Impact or Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Okay, but he could have also mentioned something with AEW. And Flair has said many times, in and out, he's only watched like WWE product.
Yeah. And of
So that's
course,
why Madden tries to make it relatable.
whenever he had that Dark Side of the Ring come out and everybody was doing that whole, oh my God, like almost want to cancel him basically. And Tony Khan even disinvited him from, I think it was like a party or a birthday party or some thing that he had invited Rick to. And he just told him, nah, it's okay. You don't have to come. I mean, we can do a whole episode about how the shit that's going on with Tony Khan, but
Yeah.
this ain't that kind of podcast. This is just a
Well, this isn't the time or the effort to do it at this time.
yeah.
It could
All
be
I want to
done.
know is uh the nipple slip and the Stone Cold KO show. Now Stone Cold did appear on the second night also, right? Over the Pat McAfee Austin Theory match.
Austin was on both nights, yes. But like for night one, I don't know if you've seen,
Nope.
but the end of the Drew McIntyre match with Madcap, he took out that fucking sword and he kind of sliced the top rope in half. So however they pulled that rope stunt off, I don't know. But it's like he tried doing Bugs Bunny. Hassan chop. And Madcap Moss was like, whoa, what the fuck? And moved out of the way and went to the floor. Now, I know you probably didn't want to mention that, but I felt like this is something that should have been mentioned, something that was kind of what the fuck, to see in a match on a night one. So, yeah, took out that big friggin' sword. I think that's supposed to be named after his mother and sliced the top rope in half.
What the hell? Okay, did Vince watch Highlander and say, "Hey, let's give this dude a sword"?
That's exactly probably what it is.
There can be only one.
Yeah, pal. This is my
What the fuck?
This is my Braveheart. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Drew, you're Braveheart, Drew. Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, I knew he had the sword, but I really like I don't know. That is, as we're talking right now, they're getting close to the end of Raw, so I'm probably gonna see a bunch of Raw results and stuff. I think Cody came out.
And guess again, New Day wound up not being on a fucking show again. Something happened and they put them on night 2, but that match was only like 2 or 3 minutes and they lost.
Who they wrestle?
New Day. Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch. But we'll get into that for night 2. You'll see.
All I know is the only one I know out of that group is Sheamus. Who the hell are these other dudes?
You'll see when we get into night 2. Because Big E is out right now.
Yeah, Big E's got a broken neck.
Right, because of the suplex spot. That was stupid to do on the outside for no reason. Nobody, you don't know who agented it, or if it was agented, or if it was said to do it or not, whatever. That was just a dumb thing to do on the outside, especially before Mania. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Holland didn't carry him over enough. He had the arm positioning was all wrong.
Didn't he did it on that following night or whatever on Raw, right? Because this was on SmackDown.
It was on SmackDown, the suplex, yeah.
Yeah, and he did another suplex on Raw or some shit like that, right? Or what?
Not on the outside, no.
All right. So what about the whole
else besides Cody that was worthwhile? Because there were a few, there were a couple of things like the Logan Paul,
and Rey Mysterio match,
yeah. Believe it or not, all right, a match like that is going to be for WrestleManias. Usually, celebrities go over. The Miz and Logan went over. Mysterio and the Sun really should have went over. Have maybe Dominic get the pin. Rey Mysterio has not been used that great in my view during all this, but Miz got the pin. Okay, if you were to watch the match, you can tell they're going to have Miz do some things and Logan not do some things. So that's how it was during the match. Whatever Logan did in the ring was kind of okay. He actually did pretty well, wrestling wise. But for the end, the Miz gets Paul in a double cross. They win the match, gets him, gives him the skull crushing finale. And Paul's selling it. Why? Why do that? Why? They won the match. Why have Miz double cross Paul? Unless tonight on Raw, they're going to do a program in Backlash or go into SummerSlam. Because if they don't, then that was absolutely worthless, pointless to do, to end it like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They had a woman's.
When did Becky and Belair match happen? Night 1 or night 2?
Night 1, I believe.
Okay,
that was a good match. Bianca, I think, is gorgeous, fantastic talent and ability, and she went to Jacobs Pritchard Academy, which is near me. I know a lot of people that spoke very highly of her. I just don't like that stupid hair twirling. Not when you're going to be the good girl and you're coming out dancing and all that crap. And why people in the match don't use that hair against her, I can't understand. They should be using that hair against her in the ring.
Beat her
using
ass with it.
whip her, beat her, take her, drag her down to the floor. Becky came out. She had her new hairdo. Becky looked like a fucking star when she took off her glasses. She did, in my opinion. But the outfit she wore, bro, remember the porno new age, what is it, new wave hookers from the 80s?
No.
Oh, go look up.
Go to the Blockbuster and find new age hookers
Oh,
on
you're not
behind the
gonna do it.
velvet, behind the velvet ropes.
Go on the Google machine or a search engine and type in new wave hookers, 1980s. See how those hookers in that movie were dressed. And that's what Becky resembled. Her
That was
outfit.
random as fuck.
No, go look it up right now. You're gonna laugh.
I'm laughing now. You brought up an
She had
80s
an all
porno
black
reference.
outfit, some kind of funkies looking 80s futuristic glasses on, the fiery red hair. Dude, she looked at it something like new wave hookers.
When
And
was
that
the
was
Ronda? When was the Rousey Charlotte? That was night 1 too, right?
Night 2.
Oh, that was night 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured. If one women's match is gonna be on it, they're gonna push. Yeah. So Cody came out on Saturday, right? Against
Cody
Seth Rollins.
came out. Everybody was anticipating it.
Everybody
but
knew it. Yeah.
Right. But whether they knew it or not.
Just so you know, Brad Shepard broke this story. So you know this. I'm gonna. You ever
What
see those
story?
tweets? You ever seen those tweets with
What
like
story?
Brad Shepard broke that story, not Bleacher Report.
Of who? I don't know
In
what
general. I'm joking because that's when was it when Vader was announced or when the Steiner brothers were announced that they're going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Somebody they WWE says, oh, CBS News reported this first, and then Brad Shepard goes and tweets like, no, I said it back in December that they're going to be
right.
like,
Well,
everybody
look,
wants this fucking credit. Yeah,
I get. Well, that's because of a lot of the dirt sheets and the people over Twitter, and what started it too was Billy Body.
and it's not not to
K100 Informer, because a lot of people were bashing him, and then he got into it, I think, with Brad. And I like Brad. I think Brad is okay.
Just in general, the over
right. But I'm agreeing with you. I'm not arguing with you.
It's just like, do you get a cookie? Do you get a pay raise?
I know, and anybody could say these words. My source said. Because anything could be a source. Your phone could be its source. The phone call could be a source. My hemorrhoided ass could be a source
of
anything.
Pain. Yeah.
Right. Well, it is. You know, anything can divulge information. It's how you word it out.
But yeah, like you said, the dirt sheets, they're like eager. They're like the kid in the corner. Well, I said that yesterday, and I didn't get no recognition.
Well, let's just say there's a lot of people that you know of on wrestling Twitter that do get the story from Billy.
I mean, stories are stories.
Just not really gonna say how, but a lot of them do. I'm not gonna name names, but a lot of them on wrestling Twitter who we know of do get the story from Billy when he says it a month or two before. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't give a shit.
I wasn't paying attention a month or two ago when it happens. It happens. Right. Spoilers. Basically, I'm not the type of person that gets offended. Like, oh, you spoiled this, you spoiled that. I like spoilers. It kind of like, it takes the fucking surprise out of it, but. Right. I don't mind them. I'm not gonna get mad because you spoiled the ending of Batman. The Joker's in it, and it's not Christian Stewart, FYI.
Unfortunately,
Spider-Man No Way Home had all the Spider-Man in it, and we knew that was gonna happen. It didn't take away from it. So
unfortunately, I retain useless information.
Hookers from outer space. Spoiler alert: E.T.'s in it, and he phones home with his finger in the punani. So. Elliot.
E.T. phone bone.
E.T. Editores, the extra testicle. Me. Go watch Still Smoking, Cheech and Chong. Just saying. 1980 something.
Phone bone. Elliot. Phone bone. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's unfortunately I've monitored certain things that were said, and Billy honestly did say some things before others.
Yeah, dude, I'm not knocking Billy.
No, but a lot
Billy
of
is
people
an
do.
acquired taste, yeah, and the shit
Yes.
he pulled with Vince and all that, it water under the bridge. But yeah, his betting, his bets and stuff. I didn't put no money because I can't. I'm in Texas, and gambling's illegal. So anyways, uh, he's got a good track record.
Yeah.
So, what's next on
I
the?
want to tell him, stop touching your fucking hair, stop moving around. Every 2 fucking seconds, he's touching his fucking head like he's on fucking coke, and he can't fucking stop moving all the fucking time with his hair. I want to pull his fucking arms off and slap him with them.
Oh, okay.
But
So, long story short, Cody Rhodes comes out.
Do it to him in real life.
Everybody kind of knew. Everybody kind of knew he was gonna come out.
I like how they did it.
Yeah,
they did it slow. They anticipated it. They made even people have to use their brain and stop and fucking think for a second.
I like his entrance music. I really do.
He took everything he had from AEW minus the Triple H throne, which a lot of questions that people have on Cody Rhodes can be answered in a near 1 hour video on YouTube that was post-match WrestleMania. Just type in a search engine. Type on YouTube, Cody Rhodes post-match interview. It will answer a lot of people's questions.
Oh yeah.
So
I had forgotten about the throne thing, to be honest, but yeah,
he had everything except the throne. Well, how can he do that? How can he have the music? How can he come out like that? Well, because he fucking owns it. How? He owns it. He paid for the music. Right. He can now use the Rhodes name. So he made that decision.
Exactly.
There's a lot of factors that went into why he left. And majority of them are answered in that 1 hour video.
Exactly. I didn't see the match, but
the match was okay. The match was okay. I'm not going to say it's a 5-star fucking,
but it was a good enough match.
It was a good enough match for Cody just coming back and his first match being WrestleMania.
That is awesome.
Rollins made him look very well. Cody is a good enough wrestler that him and Rollins, now I'm not going to say they had great chemistry, because there's a lot of people when they get in, it's like having 5 left feet, but they still, because they know what they're doing, the match will look good.
Yeah.
But between the both of them, it was a good enough match for a WrestleMania night. And it was in my view, it was good that Cody got the pin.
Okay, so he won the match. Okay, cool.
Yes, because now we'll see, where will Cody do, or what will Cody do, or where will he go next? Is he going to be Raw? Is he going to be SmackDown? Is everybody's question going to be answered? Well, Vince is going to just fucking bury him. Well, if Vince wanted to bury him, and especially right away, I don't think he would have won at Mania. Maybe down the line after they figure they can't do anything with him. But again, a lot of those questions too are answered in that 50-minute video.
Yeah. What else was good in night 1 before we go to night 2?
Austin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the KO. When did that happen? The beginning of the night or the end of the night?
That was at the end of the night, and Austin, KO comes down. He's in the ring. Then Austin comes out. The place fucking erupts.
Of course.
I was never a Stone Cold fan. However, I even enjoyed hearing that because I got to like Austin. I was more of a DX or a Rock guy. You know, the New York Guido, the fucking people who get the women, all the shit. I wasn't the working ordinary Joe type that wanted to beat up his butt.
I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. Later.
No. Well, that's it, guys. Thank y'all for coming.
Yeah, no, I've grown. I've grown to appreciate it, and it was good to hear that music. Um,
I didn't even growing up, we didn't have WWF TV in our small town. It was always WCW because WCW is part of the Warner, I mean not Warner, the Turner, TBS, TNT, that franchise. I didn't have TNT channel. So when I say I had WCW, it was only WCW on TBS. So I had Clash of Champions, I had Saturday nights in
Right.
98, 97, 98. We got
you
Thunder.
didn't
And
have the regular weekly program.
I didn't have Nitro. We did.
Okay.
I grew up with no Nitro. All the before Thunder came, if it was on TBS and it was WCW, they would throw
Before Thunder
this happened.
comes,
This happened on
usually have a
Nitro. This is what happened on Nitro, and all the good shit, like the whole I was gonna say Razor Scott Hall, the Outsiders coming in, all that stuff that happened on Nitro, Lex Luger on the first episode. They were highlights that I saw growing up as a kid. So to go back when the network became a thing, I went back and watched those episodes all the way through. That's fucking I'll basically watch the shit that I missed out on. Not only on the Nitros, but also WWE, WWF stuff. But growing up, like I said, it was TBS, WCW, whatever they put on TBS, like I said, Clash Champions, Saturday nights, all that stuff. That's what I got. And then Thunder came, Wednesday night, Thursday night, whatever it was. So where the fuck am I going with this shit?
I have no clue.
Okay, so the Austin stuff. Knew who he was, knew who The Rock was. It was like 2000 or something, 2001, whenever WWE took them or bought WCW and all that shit. Then our small town went from basic cable to the box cable, digital cable. So we got more than just 15 channels. We came out of the Stone Age over there in little Brackettville, Texas. And
you still had the scrambled box for the nudie channels.
No, it was digital cable. So movie channel,
yeah.
the movie channel itself. We didn't have Cinemax, the movie channel and HBO. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
it was always hit and miss when Real Sex came on TV. Let's just say that, because next you could get the Cat House episode, or you could get we're the fat ugly nudist from down the block, and this is our life.
And episode. You guys probably got the fat ugly nudist episode.
Well, you can't really enjoy it as a youngster if you're in the same room as your older brother. So let's
define enjoy. Define enjoy.
You know what I mean by enjoy, senor. I'm not gonna.
No, I don't.
This is a family show.
I'm completely clueless.
The penis goes into the vagina, sir.
Dude, I don't want to hear that shit. Come
on. Anyways, so night 2.
Night 2. We're not done with night 1.
Now I'm done with night 1 because I'm getting strapped for time. I told you this. We got an hour to do this, and we've already spent 40 minutes on 2 nights of Hall of Fame. And
dude, I could have just summed it up in less than a minute. You just talked about your. Yes, because you just summed up your whole cable history.
Nah, the people want to know. The people demand rubber dicks, sir. Rubber dicks.
Austin's in the ring. Owens says, I really didn't have you here to do an interview. So a ref all of a sudden appears after a minute. Austin does his shtick. Give me a hell yeah if you want to fight. Winds up being, after 2 minutes of banter, they have a Falls Count Anywhere match. They're literally brawling around. Austin actually did okay. As it said, he's 57 years old. He took a suplex on the floor. If you can picture what the match would kind of be visually in your head of a 57-year-old Austin who is in great shape for a guy his age, and then Kevin Owens, that would be the match, except with a suplex out on the floor. They come in, back in the ring, they brawl, they kill time. Stunners. Owens takes the pin. Austin over. He stuns Byron Saxton because Saxton again fell for, hey, come inside and have a beer. Then he caught a stunner. That happened 2 years ago. Good way to end it on a good night. A lot of people say maybe Bianca and Becky was the best match on the card. It probably was if you wanted the good wrestling aspect of it. Best match of that whole night was that last match because everybody was there for who? Austin.
Awesome.
In my view. So that sums up night one. And that was 1:17. Sorry.
Okay, well, you got 15 minutes to sum up night two, and I ain't gonna say shit because apparently I can't even talk about my wrestling history.
What wrestling history?
My wrestling history as a fan, not my actual performance in the ring.
No, I never said that. I was talking about your cable wrestling history.
My cable history.
Cable wrestling viewing history on your television. See, all this that we're doing now, we could have just went right into night two. You could have let off.
I know.
the
I'm waiting on
first
you
match.
I'm waiting on you. You got now you're down to 14 minutes.
You didn't even say what the match was or what you want to talk about first.
That's why I say you got 15 minutes to wrap up night two. What? You still got that? You still got that liquor?
I'm gonna have to take another swig.
I'm about to say, have I ever made you drink half the bottle already, or what?
Nah, you didn't.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Night two. You said
comes
Charlotte and Ronda fought. So how was that match? Was that before the whole nipple nip?
You know the lineup or no?
I'm trying to pull it up. That's what I was trying to do in that whole amount of silence, but I'm trying to go off the top of my head also.
From what I remember, they started off with who do they start off with? All right, I can't remember the first match, but I think the second match was the triple tag team. RKO, Profits, Alpha Academy.
Yeah. That's
was-
Otis
it
and
was-
Brad Gable.
I'm
Brad
just going to
Gable.
say it was what it was. I'm not going to really go in on it much, but
How about the Johnny
Team
Knoxville
RKO,
match?
Team RKO got the win.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see that RKO out of nowhere. They got him. They got it with Riddle, which was fucking great. And then Austin did one. Orton did one. Orton got the pin. Then afterwards, here's what I didn't care for. Okay. And you'll see. If you remember watching Raw the past few weeks, Street Profits looked like they were going to turn heel on some of the shit they did. Okay. Why have now the Street Profits all of a sudden celebrating with fucking stupid red cups? They're all acting like everything is all honky-dory. Gable Stevenson, the Olympic kid, was on the outside. Otherwise, why would they show him in the beginning of the match sitting at ringside? He comes in to celebrate. Chad Gable knocks the cup out of his hand. And then Stevenson grabs Chad Gable, who you were just mentioning, Gable, gives him like an overhead belly to belly. Why? Just why? Just to have him go, shoosh. That's fucking stupid. That could have been done on Raw. Why take up that time? Why? He was already introduced for the Hall of Fame the night before. And on night two, they showcased him. Oh, it's Gable Stevenson. Ooh. Okay, fine. Do it on Raw. Don't take up time. Next match. You got almost Lashley.
Now that was announced recently, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, it was last week because they were wondering who could be Omos's challenger. Then Lashley comes out because the key words for that promo was almost saying, "I'm gonna dominate. I'm gonna dominate. I'm gonna dominate." Who does the Dominator? There's only two
Lashley.
people that did a Dominator. Ron Simmons and Lashley. So that's what started that match to happen. So to make that short, again, it is what it was. That wasn't that great of a match. A lot of things that, and it just shows that Omos needs more than just size in his matches. He needs direction. He needs a character. You know, we didn't get to see a lot of that because who was doing the talking for him? AJ, when they were a tag team.
Yeah.
Lashley did a few things, did moves, rocked him, knocked him off balance, boom, hit him with a spear, and it was over. So again, now Lashley won. What are you going to do with Omos now? That you build him up and said he's the immovable object, irresistible force, and all that stuff, like they used to say about Andre. Can't be knocked off his feet. All right, he was just knocked off his feet. What are you going to do with Omos now? What are you going to do? Again, we'll have to find out in the next coming weeks or tonight on Raw what direction they're going. Same with Lashley. Where can you put Lashley now? So, next match. What do you have as the next match after that?
I want to know about the Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn. Was it?
Okay. I think that may have been the next match. I don't recall. I don't have the lineup in front of me.
I'm just throwing it out there because I'm scrolling through the lineup and I don't want to talk about the women's tag. I think that's after this one. But yeah, what was that match? Because I saw, I guess there was a hand, like that thing that Jackass does with the hand. I saw Mark Henry tweet about it, saying that him and his.
Well, that's because on Twitter they were saying, no, it's you and Mae Young's baby.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting to.
So he caught his fame on Twitter with that message.
But the Jackass, how many Jackass guys was it?
Well, it was almost all of the crew from the new movie. You had Knoxville, you had Wee Man, you had Party Boy. Party Boy was the one I was hoping I would not see there because of what Party Boy does. He was there and he did that. And then it was the two other new cast members, which you really didn't see active, the two new guys from the movie. But people have to remember, this was kind of a Extreme Rules / no holds barred type match because why? It's Jackass. A lot of people were kind of upset because there's a lot of people who like hardcore stuff and felt that this wasn't it. Well, this isn't supposed to be it. This is Jackass. This was a Jackass themed wrestling match.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Okay. It's going to have a mousetrap that unfortunately really did not work. And if you watch it, you'll see how they had to make it trap Sammy. That hand, boom, came out of nowhere and literally did come out of nowhere because when somebody was watching it, you don't see until the very last second, boom, the hand slapping him. That's because the camera had too much focus on Sammy from an upfront angle. If they would have had it a little more pan to the side, you would have seen the hand there and then the hand coming across. That was pretty cool to see Sammy get hand slapped like that. But here's what I enjoyed.
I thought you were going to keep this down to a minute.
No, that was the other thing, not this. So one, Wee Man actually picks up Sami Zayn.
Shut the fuck.
Body
Wee Man
slam.
picks him up.
Wee Man, you could see it on YouTube. Wee Man,
right, I gotta look that one up.
Wee Man picks up Sami Zayn, slams him, and you got to remember, Wee Man is small, very tiny legs.
So really, he's a short person.
So Sammy doesn't have a lot that he could post off of for support. So that shows that Wee Man is kind of a little strong fucker. Kind of. But what I enjoyed was before that, if you saw in any clips, they had this mechanism that when they hit on it, a flying boot comes out and he's the person in the groin. Well, that wasn't working. So what does Sami Zayn do? Boom. Kicks Wee Man right to the head, and Wee Man fucking flies back, doing, and fucking thuds himself. I was laughing my ass off because to me, there's nothing funnier than seeing a fucking midget get punted.
I'm gonna get that clip real quick.
Yeah, go find it. It was
no, I meant the clip of you saying nothing funny to get seeing a midget get kicked in the head.
Get fucking punted. Yeah.
Well, same shit, different
and either or, but that was entertaining. Knoxville gets the win. Of course, it's a jackass match, but people were upset because it was a celebrity jackass entertainment type of match that was where? In a WrestleMania. They didn't have to have that match. That could have been on a SmackDown. That could have been on a Raw. It could have been any other pay-per-view. But yeah, they did it on WrestleMania. But the match was entertaining enough that people actually enjoyed it.
All right. So let's, like I said, I'm strapped for time. So let's get to the main event.
I'm strapped for cash.
Well, I'm about to end it real quick. If you don't, you got 5 minutes to talk about Brock and Roman. Go.
What about McAfee and
I don't give a fuck about them. Fuck them. Austin Theory is just a annoying ass selfie, and Matt, I don't even know who the fuck Pat McAfee is.
Pat, all right. Pat
and
McAfee,
all I know from that match, if you want to get into it, like, okay, let's go for another 3.5 hours. Pat McAfee, Austin Theory.
Dude,
Austin comes out. Vince McMahon comes out. He takes off his shirt. They all get stunned. Pat McAfee takes an ugly stunner. He can't even catch him. That's from what I saw from the clips. And then main event, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Go.
No, that wasn't Pat McAfee. That was Austin giving McMahon the stunner. But because McMahon...
So did Steve not give Pat McAfee a stunner?
Yeah, he did.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's what I got to.
But okay.
You want to talk about it? There. Boom. Pat McAfee over. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Unification. They're going to make a new belt. What is your take on this?
I don't care less, to be honest with you.
And that's the show, guys. Thank y'all for.
No, I'm not just saying that because you think I'm pissed off at you. I'm not.
No. I'm fucking with you.
I honestly don't really care. I'm actually happy.
That's the one match I really want. I kind of wanted to get your take on because.
If you
how many times have they had a matchup? They've had like what, five
matches?
Had
way too many. And my observance is the match kind of ended a little early, and there's many that are saying, well, that's because McAfee thing was too long or the Jackass match was too long. Listen, they could have went on longer if they wanted. Something just, and again, I'm going to say, if you or somebody was to watch it, you'll see it just seemed like they were either rushing or scrambling for things to be done in the match. Like things had to be switched up. All right. Mostly everybody knew Roman was going to win. Okay. Brock has a few dates left. There's something they will be doing with Brock. But why take the title off him? I don't know. Because you had Roman just pin him now. Where does Brock go for that? He'll probably still be Cowboy Brock.
Now, did he come out dressed like a cowboy?
No.
Okay.
He had on his MMA shorts, gear. And he took off his gloves. And he did his own announcement.
Really? Wow.
Honestly, there was nothing really to talk about that match.
I must have just hyped it up in my head because I've seen all these clips.
Did because we could have talked a lot more and laughed and fucked off a lot more on the McAfee Austin, honestly, than Brock and Roman, because all it was Tribal Chief, Cowboy, boom, boom, boom. spear, almost an F5, Kimura, break free, spear, pin. That's almost it. The match was around 10 minutes. That's why I say it seems like something was off or wrong. And okay, Roman won. Where are they going to go from here? Because there was all that speculation and talk over Twitter. Rock showing up, Rock showing up, Rock showing up.
That's why I was gonna go for it, because
But you know, Rock's mother was there at front row. Oh, okay, great. And so is probably his Aunt Tilly, his Uncle Joey, his cousin fucking Paulie. Whoopie-doo. That doesn't mean he has to do something at Mania. Maybe he's going to do something Monday Night Raw. If not, maybe his mother was not there. Who knows? Maybe it was somebody else that looked like her.
I mean, they were in Texas, and Hawaiian people are a certain tone, familiar with the people of Texas.
Well, Samoans share the same skin tone, yeah. So, or are you saying that the people of Texas with the skin tone could look like Samoans, therefore people thought it was the Rock's mother near the front row?
It was probably the bitch that shot Selena, is all I'm saying. She gets out pretty soon.
You think that chick's still alive somewhere?
Oh, that bitch is definitely alive.
Yeah, unfortunate. Well, I don't, you know what I mean. Hey, Selena was fucking hot. In my view, she was a very attractive woman. She was fucking cute.
Okay, one thing. Did Veer make an appearance at WrestleMania?
No, and fuck Veer. You know what? I hope Veer does not appear. I hope Veer appears. Somebody shows up, beats the fuck out of him so we don't have to see him anymore, and he goes back to main event. Why do I say that? Because if you have watched main event, you'll wish you have not seen Veer on Raw. The guy is not that fucking good, and he's only a little bit bigger than Apollo Crews. You know who's more intimidating? The Indian bodyguard guy on NXT. He is bigger and more fierce looking than Veer Mahan.
Veer kind of looks like Ezekiel Elliott, or because as we're talking right now, I'm looking on Twitter, and he is going to appear next Monday
on
Raw to wrestle.
Yeah, see, it was supposed to be this Monday. Yeah, see, it was supposed to be today. Now, see, again, I could have won a fucking bet.
I mean, he might have showed up, but I'm just saying, like, next Monday on Raw, Rey Mysterio versus Veer, Ezekiel Elliott, and the women's tag. Who cares? AJ versus Damian Priest, which is weird. I thought Damian Priest was supposed to wrestle somebody from NXT.
No, that's what I was gonna get into before with the Edge and AJ match. But that was an okay match. And at the very end, because Edge came out with another new entrance, and it was kind of brutish with the Flames. So apparently at the end of that match, Damian Priest was there, and they were in cahoots with each other. Damian Priest was on the outside staring at AJ. AJ got a little worrisome and fucked up doing something off the ropes, and Edge capitalized and pinned him, I guess. So apparently now Damian Priest is associated with Edge. They may form
the new Edge heads.
It could be Edge heads. It could be Brood 2.5, 3.0, because I don't count the Hardys in that.
Well, it says like I'm scrolling through Twitter. Veer did appear on here on Raw. Thanks. Sorry to catch. Veer appeared on here.
Veer appeared on here.
And I guess he got Dominic in a weird headlock, kind of like.
Okay, so they had him coming on when he was
a match.
Good guy. He was a good guy on main event versus Apollo Crews. And he was not that fucking good in the ring, bro, on main event. But he was a good guy. So by what you just said, that means Veer debuted as heel.
It seems, just breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that Elias has shaved his beard and gotten rid of the guitar gimmick.
All right. Well, I want to watch Raw, so don't tell me anymore.
I swear he looks like a creative character. Anyways.
But yeah, touching back on the end, honestly, if you do have the time and you do want to watch that last match, there was really nothing to hype about it, bro. It's just Roman versus Brock. It's something you have seen and I have seen and others really many times. The
I
only
like the
difference
dynamic
is
with Paul Heyman being with Roman.
that's the only
Brock
entertainment.
now.
That's the only entertaining thing. Other than that, you and I have seen the same thing 15 times already. Just this time, Roman Reigns won. So now, if The Rock does not appear tonight, well, Raw is over already. So I don't know yet. If we don't hear The Rock, okay, then where are they going to go with Roman Reigns? There's only one other possibility. Brock has a few dates. They could go into WrestleMania Backlash or work something into SummerSlam. But that's if and only if they don't do a program with The Rock. Who else are they going to build up? There's nobody else. There's nobody else right now. You can't, people say Cody. No, you can't do Cody.
I would say Lashley.
Who?
Bobby Lashley, but didn't they already do that one or no?
They cut, yes. I would not mind if they did Lashley. I would not mind. But they got to build it up the right way. They did have him versus Lashley. But that was a shit one-off type thing they did. Then after that, it went nowhere where they could have stuck with it.
There's a lot of start and stop and shit, like almost like you got bad gas.
Pretty much, and that's exactly what the Roman Brock match seemed like. So now that you have one champion, they're supposed to debut the new belt.
Are they? Like, would it be the same? The same kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
The one champ is supposed to go on both shows. So what character are you going to have go up against him?
Or maybe have one feud. Aren't they supposed to unify the shows? Or they're sticking with the separate brand?
They just unified that belt. That's it. But they're going to, so far as right now, stay with two separate shows, which is how it used to be. You used to have two separate shows, pretty much about all the wrestlers on each card, with the exception of a few matches. You know, keep one here, you know, switch things up, ratings, and then you have one world champion for both brands. That's how it used to be.
Yeah.
But really, nothing exciting, dude, on that at all. Nothing.
Do you see them unifying the women's champion too, and pretty soon, or?
No, I don't. For other reasons, I'll explain another time.
Because let's be honest, there's too many belts. Having one champion going from one show to the other, almost like a passport, makes more sense. Excuse me.
Bless
you. Gesundheit. Oh, wait, never mind.
Bless
That's
you.
me. Thank you. Yeah, like the way they did it with the women's tag. They didn't have, this is the women's tag for SmackDown. This is the women's tag. They kept one, and they could go from one show to the other. I mean, all shows really. The NXT, SmackDown, Raw. They keeping the U.S. title on a show and the Intercontinental in a show, that makes a little bit more sense. It's a secondary title, but I don't know. Like it's a weird. It's almost like trial and error, you know. However many times they've done it in the past, 20 years.
They won't. I can't say they won't. I don't see them having one woman champion for both shows for a few reasons. Politically speaking, I don't see them having one champ. You're going to have people, you can't please everybody. Why is this one a certain champ? This one on that other show should be the champion, you know, and insert sexual orientation, color, personality, and that whatever here. You can have those type of people saying that. WWE, unfortunately, it sometimes does listen to that.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why. Number two, they have too many people as a whole.
They can release as many motherfuckers as they want. They still got too many on the roster.
Right. So by having a woman champ on each brand, it helps to kind of balance things out. You know, that's why I think it was very good for Sasha and Naomi to win the tag titles for SmackDown. Not just politically speaking. Those two do, in my view, perform okay as a tag team.
Yeah.
So.
And of course, one's a Mandalorian, so I mean, she's got that special.
Oh, of course, and she's kind of cute too.
Yeah, that blue hair, man. All I want to know is the carpet match the drapes. What's up?
Oh, you want to talk about shit like that? The women's tag team match, you had Ray.
Wait, hang on. You just
Her in Vince's room.
You just froze. What happened? Rhea Ripley's got bald carpets. What? Hardwood floors?
You're frozen. Hold on, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, you just did too.
Okay.
You're good.
You know, I call Rhea Ripley the female porno Mad Max movie lesbo joke.
Hardcore hookers from 1985. Yeah.
No, that's Becky.
They can co-star in each other's shit. I wouldn't mind them scissoring.
Rhea Ripley, you know, looks like a parody of a Mad Max porno. Okay.
Yeah.
She came out looking like that, but fucking hot with Liv. It's like they took the bunny of AEW, took her mask. Both of them had on S&M sex bondage outfits.
And damn, at a family show, ain't that some?
Yeah, go take a picture of that, bro. We're talking. Yeah.
Springs.
It had Pornhub fucking written all over it. And they don't see the shit like that. They really don't. Oh, we're going to come out in cute cosplay outfits because that's our character and personality. No, you're coming out like that because you want all the fucking.
Did they release Nikki Ash?
No, but I hope they would. No, they still got her.
That's a stupid gimmick. I liked her crazy gimmick back in the day.
I did NXT. Too. But listen, you can't blame her for a fault. She did all those releases that were being done at that time. The story that I've heard, I could be wrong, but I did hear it. One of my sources said that she came up with that idea.
You got to do that English accent. Boy. I reported this back in February.
I can't do that. So she apparently came up with that idea for creative. And that's what kept her there, which is fine. Do what you got to do. But when WWE Creative turns it into fucking Eugene 2.0, okay?
Uncle Eric.
That pretty much, that's what it. No, it's not. Yes, it fucking is. Except the difference is this is girl power version of fucking Eugene 2.0.
Have you seen my baseball?
Right. And where did it get her? Not even on Mania.
Not even on the card. Not even on the pre-show.
Shit, there wasn't even a fucking pre-show. There were no matches.
What do you think night one was? Night one had to be.
Dude, pre-show had no matches. You know what the pre-show was SmackDown. That's where they had the Andre Battle Royal, where that fucking doofus, Madcap Moss.
They still have that shit?
Yeah, and Madcap Moss won it. But wait.
What the fuck is that?
You won't give it to Omos or fucking General Aziz, who was that Babatunde fucking guy. Your two biggest fucking guys there. You don't give it to him. You give it to Madcap fucking Moss. Why? Because he's associated with Baron Boring on WrestleMania.
Isn't his name like Happy Corbin now or some shit? Like he was broke, now he's got money.
I call him Baron Boring because honestly, he is getting boring. Listen, the guy's good. He has a good character. He's a good wrestler, in my view. But that character is just not going nowhere anymore. And in my view, what's dragging him down is that Madcap Moss bullshit. Moss is better than that. He was better as Riddick Moss, but they have him coming in there as some 1970s madcap fucking loony comedian who cracks the side jokes like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen an episode of wrestling not on Hulu.
Well, you're not missing nothing at all.
Well, that's gonna be it, guys. My kid ain't going to bed anytime soon, but I am. Been a long weekend.
You could
got
do
a lot of wrestling to catch up on. What's that?
Yes, you do. And honestly, really, when you have time, please, and I'm not kidding, because I want to hear from you on it next. Please watch the Brock Roman match so you can understand why I said what I did. Yeah. You'll really understand why I was not too excited.
Because 100%, that was the one I was looking forward to.
And unfortunately,
and the Austin, but the Austin one, I didn't know he was, because I saw that whole Pat McAfee deal, and I was like, okay, well then because I really have no interest in that whole Austin theory. I get it. Vince McMahon sees him as the next John Cena.
Understood. Yes, but
and it's like this dude is the whole selfie gimmick is so stupid to me.
Right. But see, that's when you have to take away that context and look what happened and the whole entire scenario.
I know.
And if you do watch the highlights of that Austin and Pat McAfee as a whole, you will find the whole thing start to finish more entertaining than Roman versus Brock.
And which is funny because you would think I'd feel this way about the whole Logan Paul, but because I'm gonna be real, last year Bad Bunny, that shit was annoying as fuck to me too, because
same here. But guess what? The McAfee theory McMahon scenario, in my view, was way more entertaining than the Logan Paul Mysterio and Bad Bunny scenario from last year combined.
If you
way
think
better.
About it, the whole McAfee, because he was on his show. Pat McAfee's been an announcer for what, Raw or SmackDown, off and on. And then he has that radio show or that YouTube show or whatever, and he had Brock, he had Vince. There's all this buildup for that one, and it's, to me, I'm just like, I don't care. Like, there's these dudes that almost like, oh, I'm like, I as a fan, and I'm this muscular dude. Oh, I'm gonna get in the ring too. Why? If I have this image and a totally different, and I get meshing them. Don't get me wrong. Celebrities have always been a thing for WrestleMania. It's entertainment. That's why it's the biggest show on earth now. But just like, maybe I'm getting older and that's not my shtick. Like, I don't know. I really can't.
I understand what you mean, and that's why I wasn't trying to be dickish when I said there really was nothing entertaining at all about Roman Brock.
I put my bullets on the wrong match. Is from what you're telling me.
Yes, you did, because honestly, take the time and watch from the start of Theory McAfee to the end when it's McMahon McAfee. Then Austin comes out. Look at that whole thing start to finish, entertainment wise, and you're going to be like, well, shit, this was better than Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, and Roman Brock shit all combined. Why? Entertainment value.
Now, they're doing this whole Vince McMahon documentary thing. Is it because, and they're probably filming it for that, they did all this deal, this whole to end this documentary that they're doing on him, to make this grand finale of the documentary, this incident that happens at WrestleMania with Vince McMahon and all this stuff.
So will this be part of it? I don't know. Possibly.
I heard that somewhere. I can't remember where I heard it, but yeah.
It could be part of it. Maybe they did fill it. There's only one way to find out. Wait until it comes out and then see.
We have to wait for Brad Shepard or Billy Body to report on it, I'm assuming.
Yes, we do.
Not Dave Meltzer, because Dave Meltzer put it like a
Dude,
star and a half rating.
Yeah, dude, he got everything on WrestleMania fucking wrong. According to Twitter, they were all posting his shit. Everything he said, night one, night two matches. Oh, this is gonna happen. This match is next. No, wrong. Billy went and laid out the whole fucking card, exact numbered everything, and that was on point.
That's why I make imaginary money on his betting, because it's illegal here in Texas. You know what I mean? Sorry, I got it.
Well, you shouldn't bet on wrestling anyway because it doesn't exist.
No, not betting on wrestling, on sports betting, fool.
Well, there's no such thing in Texas. It's outlawed.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it is.
Something's on my eye.
You got something in your eye, dude.
Yeah. I got Forrest Whitaker eye, bro. Like, look, I look like Ghost Dog.
Oh, Jesus God.
Well, thank you again for Yankabilly for jumping on here.
Thank you. And again, not just you, but anybody. Compare Roman Brock entertainment-wise. We're not talking wrestling entertainment-wise to Theory Austin McMahon. Huge different ball game. You'll enjoy it probably more.
Probably enjoy that 80s porno hard metal jacket that you were talking about.
New wave hookers.
New age outlaws. What?
New wave. WAVE. Wave, like wave high, wave. Hookers, as in prostitutes, women of the night.
No. Wait. Hookers. This has been a paid This has been a paid advertisement for hookers in space. Rest in peace, Scott Hall.
Hookers in
space. You can't end it on a better note than that, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, children of all ages. Have a good night.
Remember, always give your hooker a tip. And I'm not talking the tip of your piece. Seriously.
Well, I was about to say, give her the tip of it. Give it. I mean, wear a Jimmy hat. Always be kind. Rewind. That whole shit.
Nah, give it the STD. Give her something to remember you by.
I'm gonna tell you like Bertie Mac used to say. Give her the dick.
There you go.
Nanu, folks. Bye.